Good evening. My name is Mario Alamar, and for my persuasive topic, I plan on talking about why schools should provide mental wellness checks for grades K through 12, and not only K through 12, but college as well, as students go through different levels of stress and different problems in their lives as grade levels change. 1 in 5 children and youth have diagnosable emotion, behavioral, or mental health disorders. And with that being said, a lot of times the teacher will overlook the student, and most of the time the student will never have their problem solved or able to talk about what they may be going through. And 1 in 10 children and youth have it so bad that it affects their living outside of just school. So with that, it can affect their job careers, it can affect their friendships, it can affect whatever they're doing outside of school just because of their approach and their mental being. And when your mental mindset isn't right, it can really affect decisions you make. And they can also make you either chose a right or chose a wrong. And most of the time, when you're so stressed and in such bad positions, a lot of your first thoughts or first reactions may not be what you honestly could have done best. K through 12, that's a big such age group that I feel like they need a lot of focus on mental being, because you usually don't really hear about young students having to go through so much mental issues or having to deal with so much stress. But a lot of the time, people or professors and teachers really just never know because they never find out about it. They never really approach their younger, or I guess you would say, the younger age groups are never really approached with that mindset, because teachers just don't assume that they may need help. But a lot of the times, stressing can start off at an early age that carries on and becomes a bad habit that a student will end up carrying with him the more or farther they go in school. Teachers should care, because a lot of the time students, they're trying to academically perform in the classroom, but that may be affected by what they have going on with themselves. I've seen in first eye view students that I know are smart, but they deal with stuff at home or they deal with things outside of school that affects them school-wise and causes them to not perform the best academically, and also causes their behavior to change inside the class, such as not wanting to participate, not wanting to do assignments when assignments are due, and also not doing good on tests because they don't have the patience to study due to the mental not being right. Knowing signs is a great part of being able to help, because knowing signs will be a first start of you being able to notice when students do need help. Knowing the signs of mental illness can go a far way, such as teachers knowing when students are going through certain things in life, such as stress. Stress can be shown through biting through nails, picking through hair, picking at the face, and also just always touching or like just doing little things to the person itself. And then also things such as bipolar, you can notice that when behavior will change quickly, such as when someone is being happy and they quickly go sad, or other way around. And then also when a decision may be quickly changed based off a quick thought that they might have just thought of that never came into mind. And then also social skills training. A lot of the time, a lot of students go through these things just because their social skills are not that well. So with the mental, I feel like those two kind of play in part, because mentally, you have to have that type of mindset to be socially and have those type of skills to interact. But most of the time, people who don't have the best social skills or suck at being social, they have a bad mental, because it comes back and bites them, and they don't have the confidence, or they may not have the right attitude about certain things. And with that being said, that just affects them on certain things they do in life. It affects the outside life by causing them to honestly just possibly affect whatever they do, such as school and work. A lot of times people that stress inside of the school, inside of the area and their community, they'll take that outside of there and they'll carry that along with them throughout their whole lives. Students, they go through a lot. Me being a college student, I know that I go through a lot and stress about a lot of things in my life. Students can honestly go, you never know what might be happening in their lives, such as a family death, or just things like not having the money when things may be tight, or just having to work a 9 to 5 and still have to worry about school and doing your best in school. And that can really cause a lot of mental health issues, because it can cause a lot of stress. It can possibly cause health issues, as well as it can possibly cause you high blood pressure and things like that. I feel like students should be provided mental wellness checks, maybe such as surveys, possibly one-on-one talks with counselors, and actually talking to specialists who they know what they're talking about, and they actually know how to I guess you would say, recommend things to students that have specific things that they may be going through. And also, I believe that students should also have maybe a possibly day off of school, just because how stressful school may be on the student, and just because the student may be going through so much that they need that one day off, or they need that extra free time that may affect their decision in the outside world. And then for me, I feel like this is kind of a personal connection, because I used to always stress during school. When I first started college, I was working at least 35 to 40 hours a week while being in school, and having to worry about both those major concepts. That was hard on me, because I really had a tough time talking about it, rather than just over stressing myself and just thinking, okay, I'll just mentally deal with it. And at that point, it was kind of affecting me in school performance wise and at work, because at work people would tell me like, hey, are you